Ever wonder why the CDC has an actual zombie preparedness plan on their website? Spoiler, it's not just for the Halloween vibes. Now imagine you're a virologist, staring at a petri dish, watching something that shouldn't be possible unfold before your eyes. A parasite that rewires its host's brain, turning fear into fatal attraction. You've seen it happen in ants, in snails, in crickets. So here's the million-dollar question. What's stopping it from happening to us? How do you create a zombie, really? Forget the Hollywood rotting corpses and groaning undead. We're talking about biological hijacking. The kind that already exists in nature and makes horror movies look tame. Turns out, the natural world is already running beta tests on mind control. Toxoplasma gondii makes infected rats sexually attracted to cat urine, basically programming them to walk straight into a predator's mouth. The rabies virus transforms docile mammals into aggressive biting machines, perfectly designed to spread the infection. Ophiocordyceps fungi literally sprout from ant heads after commanding them to climb to the perfect height for spore dispersal. This isn't science fiction, it's Tuesday in the animal kingdom. Cue the reassuring government statements about how human brains are too complex for this kind of manipulation. But here's the twist. We're already vulnerable to neurological hijacking, just not the shambling corpse variety. Before you dismiss this as pure fantasy, consider that prion diseases like Creutzfeldt-Jakob literally turn your brain into Swiss cheese, causing dementia and death. Mad cow disease jumped the species barrier and killed people who ate contaminated beef. We've already witnessed infectious agents rewriting the rules of what we thought was possible. Some scientists say a zombie outbreak is biologically implausible. Others point out that implausible and impossible aren't the same word. Who's got the better argument? The real-world version wouldn't look like The Walking Dead anyway. Picture something more insidious, a pathogen that ramps up aggression, suppresses higher reasoning, and drives an overwhelming urge to bite or spread bodily fluids. Maybe it incubates slowly, spreading silently before symptoms emerge. Maybe it piggybacks on something we already transmit easily, like influenza or norovirus. As public health officials game out pandemic scenarios, the zombie model actually serves a purpose. It's a teaching tool for emergency preparedness. Because whether it's zombies or a real outbreak, the response needs are strikingly similar. Quarantine, communication, resource management. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. Rabies already has a near 100% fatality rate once symptoms appear, and it causes the exact behavioral changes you'd want in a contagion aggression: confusion, hydrophobia, leading to excessive salivation and biting. Now imagine a rabies-like virus with a longer incubation period and airborne transmission. Still feeling safe? The mechanics are already out there in nature's toolkit. Combine rabies' neurological effects with influenza's transmission efficiency, add in a prion's resistance to standard sterilization, and suddenly you've engineered something genuinely terrifying. Could it happen spontaneously? The odds are astronomically low. Could it happen in a lab accident or through deliberate creation? That's a different conversation entirely. Despite decades of zombie apocalypse training via pop culture, we'd probably handle it terribly. COVID-19 showed us that people will debate the existence of a threat even while bodies pile up. Imagine trying to enforce quarantine when half the population insists the infected just need vitamins and prayer. Some experts argue that modern infrastructure and medical response could contain any outbreak. Others point to how quickly misinformation spreads on social media and ask, what stops faster, a virus or a conspiracy theory? The real threat isn't shambling corpses, it's the cascade of societal collapse that could follow. When hospitals overflow, when supply chains break, when fear drives neighbor against neighbor, you don't need reanimated dead to create chaos. You just need enough people acting irrationally under extreme stress. As we build better pandemic response systems, we're essentially zombie-proofing ourselves without admitting it. Every improvement in disease surveillance, every stockpile of emergency supplies, every drill for quarantine procedures, it's all training for the unthinkable scenario. Here's the irony. The zombie preparedness guides actually work for hurricanes, earthquakes, and real pandemics. The CDC literally used zombies to trick people into emergency planning because realistic scenarios were too boring. Marketing genius? or dystopian foreshadowing? You decide. Show of hands, how many of you have actual emergency supplies at home right now? That's what I thought. We'll marathon zombie shows while sitting utterly unprepared for the real disasters that actually happen. The scariest part isn't that a zombie outbreak could happen. It's that we've been watching dress rehearsals for years. SARS, MERS, Ebola, COVID-19, and we still haven't learned the lessons. Each outbreak teaches us that humans are the weak link in the chain, not the pathogen. Evolution doesn't care about our horror movie tropes. If a mutation creates a survival advantage, nature will absolutely run with it, regardless of how much it resembles our fictional nightmares. The question isn't whether it's possible, it's whether we're ready when something close enough shows up. Bottom line, could a traditional zombie outbreak happen? Probably not. Could something functionally similar emerge, a pathogen that creates aggressive, confused, contagious people? The biological building blocks already exist. We're just one mutation, one lab accident, one evolutionary twist away from finding out exactly how prepared we're not. That's the uncomfortable truth lurking beneath every zombie joke. But don't worry, statistically speaking, you'll probably just die of something boring like heart disease. Unless, of course, tomorrow's news proves otherwise.